question.
I don't know what I'm doing. Welcome, everybody. Hello to my fellow collectors. It is your good friend Kenzo on a Kenzo Wednesday live. Yes, I have to say, we have to add this up. Andrew, yes, there's just a drama filled up, just upslope, and it's just really nice. So or I don't know what I'm doing, and I put way too much together for an intro, and it takes too long. And by the time the intro's done, everybody's like, "Well, screw this guy. How long's the intro gonna be?" Man, I tell you what. Well, and funny thing is, I'll jump back over to the beginning of the chats. We do have Gatey's Toys in the first position tonight. Thank you very much for joining. We have Mr. Frankie Rivera, channel member. If you see that, we have the green in the channel members. I would like to thank you all, definitely, but thanks everybody for being here. Got Ray Black, which actually puts us on the other half of being a Toy Tube official, because we don't, either have one or the other, and we've got Ray this time. We have Tasty Cake. Say what? We have Menhozas in the house, and there's Nolan. So we're hitting it out the park right there. Holy moly. Yes. This is just T Public. I got a lot of my shirts off of T Public. That's definitely a good it's a good place to go. And I think I just got a 35% text message from them saying they've got 35% off right now. So I'll probably look to see about maybe getting some other ones, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, and we got Brick something in the house. What's going on, Brick? Another channel member. It's almost like we had everybody in the chat at once, and somebody was gifting memberships left and right. So we're half the people in here are members. So thank you so much. The guy is in here. Let's go, Nuggets. Beat them mother buckers. Yes, we do need to beat them mother buckers, because it's just crazy to think that, like, when you look at how they've been playing, Jokic should be in, right? This is the one where he got upgraded to doubtful, which are probable, which means he's going to play one of the other. So Tasty Cake, let me see on my since StreamYard doesn't show me. Oh, he's got the logo on there, Mr. Tasty Cake, who is a channel member. And oh no, he's a wrench either way. Brick Something is also a wrench, and I believe a channel member. I think he was in here as well. Sight Beyond Sight. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. We have got the chat on fire tonight. You guys are awesome. We have Bridazzle. Hello. We've got some turtle action going on. What's going on? So, yeah, now that we're almost semi caught up, people are saying hi to each other. So, your boy has been busy. I've been doing a little project action going on. I was hoping to have it done by today, but there's no way, man. The bull. Oh, I think I take that. I would normally take that as an insult, but I know how much you like him. So, and the guy will be on here. He's in here in the chat as well to tell you, Bull. We got rid of Bull because he was not a hard worker and he didn't want to get better. He just wanted to count on the fact that he was really tall and athletic, and that was it. He didn't want to work hard, so we got rid of his ass. I hope he does well, but I wish he would have worked out as a Nugget for sure. It's important to be a channel member as a mod. Yes, I agree. All right. Oh man, I saw that. I saw the Mondo talk. I saw the replay. I didn't catch the actual one because they actually did they do some really good giveaways over there. What's going on, Guru? How you doing, sir? Welcome in. They did giveaways for the Super Shredder. They did giveaways for some of the records, some of the vinyls, and they gave something else away. But they gave some stuff away during their show. Excuse me. No yawning in the live stream. What the hell am I doing? But sells Star Trek reveal at WonderCon. WonderCon's going to give us some cool shit. Dr. Doom, that was the other one they gave away. Thank you, Frankie. Frankie was there, I'm sure. Yeah, that was a cool live stream, and I'm glad I at least caught the replay on it, because then he was like, he's got a big red cape and he hates cats and he's evil. So that was kind of a done deal, right? So just got Lionel on the second round. So that was so you got the timed edition on the second go round, huh? Brick, you better have a stomach issue and leave the booth so you can go get some pictures. My stomach doesn't feel too good. I'll be over there in the panel watching Mondo, because they also said they were going to talk about the 2000X, right? Because I believe it was Giraffe was in the chat, and he was asking about 2000X, and they said that they might have something to say about it at WonderCon as well. So we shall see. What's up, Payne? How's it going, Aaron? Welcome in. How about Nekari, Spirit Splitter? Yeah, they were saying that was I did kind of see around the toy tubers that some people were upset about that, because of course they're pretty much a spot on release from what they released earlier, which they're worried the value was going to go down. Hey, you know what? I won't be like you. I wouldn't freak out and get all I don't know. It was so funny. I was sitting to myself going, he's stalling. He's looking at that eBay and he won't stop because he's trying to stall, because he doesn't want to have any kind of confrontation and tell her no. That's why I kept saying, I thought you said you were going to put her on. So I was encouraging you, because you were like, I'm going to get her on there. And I said, okay. Anyway, inside, I guess, over there, nobody knows what I'm talking about except you, Tasty Cake. Oh, man. That's right. Push some people around and demand stuff, Brick. Use your power. You know what you can do, because there's probably a lot of people that just aren't as intelligent as you over there. So you can kind of do some kind of mental gymnastics, and by the time you leave there, you'll be walking out with like a barrel full of toys. That's what you need to do. So that's what the deal is. So maybe put a little GoPro on it and we'll watch you. That would be the way to do it. Maybe? No? No. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, so I've been working and oh man, I've got everything. What's funny is I was ready to put it together this morning. And I thought, today I should get it done, And you think about it, you have issues. You have issues. There's always going to be something, some kind of roadblock, some kind of speed bump going through. And the first roadblock of the day was I was putting stuff together and I realized that there were two parts that were mirrored parts. And one was the left side, one was right side, but they were the same, same parts, just opposite side. And I realized that there were two parts that I did not print. So that was my morning. I said, oh shit. I didn't really sleep very well last night, man. I couldn't sleep on the bed. So I laid down on my chair and I probably slept from like 4 till 8:30. So I got 4.5 hours on my chair. And then my neighbor asked if I could let his dog out in the morning. So I let his dogs out. He went to watch an Avalanche game, but he's a Red Wing fan. And I'm really happy to say that he left the arena sad because the Red Wings lost to the Avalanche, because I'm an Avalanche fan. So I told him on the way, I said, well, you're going to be all sad when you get home because the Red Wings are going to lose. He's all, we'll see. I think Colorado beat them 5-2, something like that. So anyway, they got scored on by all the good guys anyway. So, but so then after that, I printed those parts out. I painted those parts and I got ready and I said, okay, maybe I have time to put it together. And then I run into a couple parts that sometimes, especially with heavy parts like that, if you don't get the distribution of your supports perfect, there's going to be some things that maybe kind of lean a little bit or tilt just a little bit and give you just a hair of a fail, where it's just like, it's not quite a fail, but it's just a little bit off, not perfect. But if it would come out perfect, it would click in like a Lego, but it doesn't because there's just a little bit of issues. Because there were some heavy parts. These are big pieces, and I had to, and of course, me gluing them together, I got to make sure and get them right. If I'm off by just a little bit, everything's going to be off. But so I had to Dremel out some parts. There's like a little piece that kind of clicks into it. And I had to Dremel that out a little bit to fit it in right so I can fit another part on. So needless to say, around me, you do not see a crystal castle. So I am not completed the crystal castle yet. But I've got quite a bit done. And I was thinking maybe I could just, maybe if I emailed it to myself, maybe I can show you guys a couple things. Let's see. Let me get a couple pictures here. There's that douchey picture that I had for my thumbnail. What? That was pretty bad. Let's see. Here's that one. I'll send those. So, okay. So I sent myself a couple of pictures. I definitely was ill prepared tonight. I should have had a little bit more done, but I was kind of running around at the last minute. I didn't really think I was running short on time, but it definitely was a little bit. So, okay, so let me get my presentation. Since I downloaded those, we'll go to image files. Okay, so first thing, this was maybe. So this is going to be that entry piece. So you got that diamond in the middle. You got that ruby. I think I showed that ruby off last week. But you've got that in the middle. And then you've got those two coming off. Of course, those look just like the pieces on the tiara for She-Ra. Let's see. Is it this one? No, it's this one. Okay, let me get rid of that. And then get rid of it off the studio. Okay, so the next image I've got for you here is a little bit, this is where I was starting to piece it together. So as you can see, I've got the rocks painted. I tried to get the rocks to look just like in the cartoon. They were blue with some white highlights and some dark low light, the shadows and everything. So I tried to get that correct. And then the gold pieces. So the pieces that actually go into the other one is this here. So I've got a big piece that comes off there. those two wings are going to come around here on both sides of the jewel, and then another piece, and then it just basically goes all the way up. So it's 3 feet tall, and you're going to have two of the little wings on top, just like the picture. If you go back and look, it's the same as that. And then let me get that one out. And then the coolest part that I'm so excited for and so happy that worked out the exact way I wanted to was Light Hope. So Light Hope, this is a clear resin print. And this, of course, you can see this is where that diamond is on the top, and this is where the rocks are in front. So this is basically the back end of it. And I use the clear resin, and I have a really good LED light in the middle. So that thing is shooting up the rock, and it's controlled by a remote control. So I can change the colors. I can make them go rainbow. I can make them go, just like a Christmas tree type thing. But of course, I do notice there is a little bit more of a blue to that Light Hope. So, and I don't know, I was just extremely, extremely happy with how that one came out, how it ended up working. Here's one where it's just changed a little bit. I did that with red just to see what the color looked like. And the color is perfect. The way that printed, everything on the outside with the clear resin, and then just the light. So there's a little light right in the middle, and it's got these two lights that shoot straight up. And I think I paid like like $8 on Amazon for those lights, which I couldn't ask for anything better on those. And then I think that might be it. Let's see. Yeah, those are the only ones I had pulled up. Yeah. So those are the ones that I had. And I'm probably let things get out of hand again, didn't I? Okay, let's see. Oh, we got Ostradamus Toys late to the party, but made it in. Yes, you did make it in. Thank you, sir, for joining. Weather in Colorado is amazing. Yeah, it was what, 80 today? Oh my gosh, like it was so nice today. My son was over, and we weren't outside too much because of course he came over a little late because he's on spring break, and man, he stays with his mom during the week on these days. Well, I still pick him up and he hangs out with me until his mom gets off at about 5:30. And man, Jess will go to bed because she's got to work, in the morning. And this kid will be up till 2, 3 in the morning on his VR playing. The other night he was here playing with kids from England. So it was him and some kids from England playing this video game on his VR. But again, I can't complain because he's like, it's a workout for him. He's standing in the middle of the room, and it's not just where he's just doing whatever. He like has to run in this thing, and they're gorillas. So you run with your arms. You have to go real fast. And then you mine stuff too. So he's moving around, which is so much better than this. I can't complain. I'm not going to complain about that. But he woke up at 12 this afternoon and called him. I told him, I said, well, let me know when you're ready. And he's like, okay, come get me about 12:30. So I went and picked him up 12:30. So he was only over for about 4.5 hours. But it was fun. We had a good time. Just love hanging out with him. I don't care if he's here in the capacity of playing his video game and goofing off with his friends or whatever. I really don't care. Just having him here, and it's just something different about the house when he's here and when he's gone. I have little Isabel here with me all the time, and she's like the best dog I could ask for. But man, it's different when your kid's there and when your kid's gone. It's kind of like, it's different. So anyway, oh, we got Carol in the house, or as Oz says it, K to the roll in the house. Welcome in. Brick Kenny can poke your chest and make an extra slash. Oh, yes. Let's see. Oh, no, it didn't. Ow, didn't work. Stupid thing. This one, I couldn't even do it either. This one, let's see. It doesn't poke with a hit, but it still rotates. There we go. Now we're the same. Yo, royal boobs. Skeletor to King Randor. Anyway. That's my big dog there. My big dog. All right. Now we got a whole bunch of people saying hello to each other. Oh, wait. I saw somebody's name that said hello to that I did not highlight. Where is he? I may have missed it. Let's see. Oh, we got Clint. What's going on? Welcome. We got All right. Okay, yeah. I was trying to look for the comments on the print stuff. Yeah, I it was and I've been watching. I throw on a show when I'm working, and of course, if I'm working on a specific piece, then I want to watch the show of what I'm working on. It's just nerd ass like that. So yeah, I've been throwing on the Loop Shira stuff on YouTube where they just put on, episode after episode. And there were so many episodes where she's flying up to Crystal Castle. Of course, the jewel drops down, or it actually just kind of evaporates there, and she goes right through. And then as she's sitting there, it's so cool because the bottom is perfect. Like it's got the triangles all the way around the Light Hope. There are little pieces, excuse me, little pieces of like the gemstones that kind of come up off the ground, and I have those printed as well. So they're kind of sporadic around the edges, but I am super excited with this one. Thank you, Brick. I appreciate it. Yeah, these are so freaking cool, man. We've got Skies Cavern Library Comics. Welcome, welcome. As always, it's so good to see a bunch of familiar faces, and it's really cool to see the new faces that have kind of stuck around. It's really cool to see that, some people that have come on, regardless if it's from a search, from Twitter, from or X, or from wherever you got here, however you got here, it's nice to see that you enjoyed yourself enough to come back. So thank you, and it means a lot to me. It really does. Don't talk too loud about the good weather, Colorado. Yeah, no, I know. It's as bipolar as one of my exes, I tell you. Not this current one, but one, or not my last ex, but a few exes back. Woo! About as bipolar as our weather. No, it is. It's crazy because even now though, like think about it, Guru. It's like we get these days like today. It was 80, right? It was 80 today, which is freaking awesome. And tonight it's still going to be what, 40 or 30 or something like that. We still get those really cold spike nights. So like tonight, okay, so today's high was 82 and tonight's going to be 37, or it's like, well, and 47. So then we're going to get better. So check this out. Our 10-day forecast, Guru. I don't think we can jinx this. 82, 80, 80, 69, 62, 65 with clouds, and then Tuesday we're going to get wind, but it's still going to be 70. So hell freaking yeah. So it's going to be nice for the next few days. And you know what likes that is my back. Because when it stays nice and it doesn't get to this crazy cold, hot, barometric pressure going all over the place, my back thanks me for that. So it's really, really nice. Yes, I think we were talking about those yo royal boobs. Isn't that like the one comment that I think I overuse when I'm talking? And I know like Tasty Cake ends up saying bumbling boobs, but I was gonna give him a comment and give him crap about it. And I say, Skeletor never has said you bumbling boobs. He's never put those two words together. But you know who does say bumbling a lot is Hordak, because I've been watching a lot of those She-Ra cartoons, and he does say bumbling a lot. So, Allison Troy, what is going on? Welcome in. Welcome in, my friend. I think it's funny that like you have certain people that you talk to and you chat with and all that stuff, but I think I send more memes to Allison than I send anything to anybody. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think I pretty much stay on point with the memes because she sends them back and she sends the good ones. But it's always good. So it's a key to, especially when you're going back and forth to a friend and it's just privately between the two of you and you trust the person, the other person trusts you. It's not to take things too seriously and get offended by anything, because there's a lot of things I sent Allison that I guarantee you, if I didn't know the person, they'd be like, damn, that was harsh. But there's nothing by it. It's supposed to be funny, and it is because she gets it. So anyway, all right. So we are traveling down. Got my Voltac, baby. Yes, Frankie, I am excited. Nobody uses X anymore except bots. Oh, sorry. I get on there. You know what I get on there for is sports stuff. So I have two different accounts. I have my account for my sports and my account for my toys. But I do post stuff on there, and I do actually have some people that have gotten on the show, have watched the show from X, so I can't really say it's completely bots. But the sports thing is big because like a lot of people end up doing the sports stuff on X. X is big for sports reports and talking shit about sports players and the players getting on and talking shit to the people. Like Kevin Durant. I don't know if you knew anything about sports, Kevin Durant is like the biggest troll ever. Like he creates these accounts and goes back and talks shit to people, and it's actually pretty comical. So, all right. Autobots transform and roll out. I don't think I do a very good Optimus, but was your ex name Carl too? Carlina, Carol. That was no. That's your sister's name. Sorry, Carol. Oh, yep. See, or it's just one of those things. Yeah, it's dude, and I don't know about. Oh, we got Robert. We got another person in here. I have no friends in the real world who like toys, comics, etc. It's nice to have streams like this, dude. 100% on this ball right there. You perfectly hit it on the nose, because that is exactly how I am. Like I have a lot of sports friends that I see all the time, and they always ask me. Like I ran into one when I went to Lowe's the other day to get the gold to spray this castle. I had two of them, and one of them got jammed up, and I was like not even gonna mess with it, so I went and got a new one. And I ran into him. He goes like, "Oh, dude, I swear I've seen your posts about," and I go, "Oh, really?" He goes, "Yeah, you mean you got to see all the Bronco players and the Nugget players?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah, don't really post on that one anymore." But yeah, it was fun. And when I look back on it, I was like, man, I got so much cool shit. Like I did things I never thought I would ever do because of the sports stuff. But I guess on that same token, I'll still have the opportunities to do things that I've never been able to do because of the toy stuff. And it's just meeting the people. I think for me, it's just friendships that I've gained. I've gained a lot more friendships from the toy groups than I had the sports groups. Sports groups, it was more of a, and this is not being cocky or whatever. I've always been confident. I've always been a confident person. I've never had any sort of lack of confidence. But my thing is that I was good at that. I was damn good at making those custom sports figures. Of course, like I said, a lot of the players asked for them. The players' wives were commissioning me. That part of it was cool. But like and the Colorado friends here will understand this part. So there's our cartoonist named, I forgot his name, Drew Litton. So Drew Litton was the guy that did all the comics for like sports and for other things for, I think it was the Denver Post. And now he does stuff for like the news channels. I think it's one of the news channels in Denver. He posts one every now and then. But he was doing a signing. I somehow got tickets to go to a draft party at Mile High Stadium. And that's when we drafted Chubb, when we could have drafted Allen. Oh, we could have drafted Allen and we got Chubb instead. Anyway, that's not going to make sense to people that don't like sports. They're going to say, "You got a Chubb, really?" But so I went there, and Drew Litton knew me right away. And Drew Litton is a freaking amazing artist. And the fact that he goes, "We need to do a collaboration someday." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Hell yes, absolutely, whatever." And so I was sitting there talking to him for a while, and he goes, "Hey, just come back when it kind of slows down." He goes, "We can talk a little bit." He goes, "But I want to give you some of these. I want to sign these for you. But I'm not going to charge you nothing. And I just don't want people to get, weird about it." And I'm like, "Seriously?" So I got like 5 different, I got a calendar. I got a bunch of different posters from when Denver won the Super Bowl in 16. And all his drawings from it. And he signed it. He's like, "To Kenzo, you are the master. I'll, can't wait to work with you." And I'm just like, that part of it was so surreal. Like when the athletes like it, they inspired the work, whatever, I'm doing that because of him, but they don't know anything really about it. They just think, hey, this is cool. They don't really know what went into it. But for another artist to sit there and tell you, "Dude, you are so good." I mean, you look up to people like Drew Litton. He's a freaking icon in Denver. Like if you look him up at all, he does a lot of political stuff, and he does some pretty funny stuff that way, but he really does do really, really good sports stuff. He always has a John Elway with the long teeth, and like he has a specific art style, and it's really, really good. So anyway, long story long, it doesn't matter. That's why I'm here, right? Is to tell fun stories. And we're 29 minutes in, and I haven't even caught up yet. So we have G.I. Jetman in the house. Speaking of another friend that we've met through this, not having any in real life, but having good friends here on the chat. And speaking of X, here we go. Country Gentleman. He came over here. I do remember seeing him quite a bit on the X channel, and he came over from there. All right. That's right. It's a show I don't have to wake up to watch. Right. And either that or be too late. So, I mean, I have that Friday night one, of course, that I'm like crazy doing the late night stuff. But this one is kind of a nice cushion. It's a nice little medium spot, not too early, not too late. And Wednesdays, I picked Wednesdays because those always worked out for earlier when my son's mom had her job 2 jobs ago. She had Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays off, so I would never have my son on Wednesdays, so that was a good day to pick. But now that she's doing, she jumped over, she's doing that dentist job now. But it works out still because now she gets off at 5 o'clock. So I don't have enough time. I don't have as much time in the beginning. In the beginning, I don't have time for that. I think that meme lives rent free in my head. In the beginning. But anyway, so still Wednesday's a good day too, because it's right in the middle. There's a lot of shows in the beginning of the week, a lot of shows in the end of the week. There is still a lot out there, but like I was told by my friends before, slots are slots. They don't belong to anybody. And if you can get on when you can get on, whatever's most convenient for you. And if people like what you do, they'll watch you a little bit, even if they have to watch you on like a little window when they're watching their main one on the big window. Who knows? So it's you blundering fools. Yes. And see, the blundering, that one actually does sound more like because you say bumbling, but the bumbling is more from Hordak. But that doesn't matter. It's how you remember it and how you want to say it. I don't really say anything correctly anyway. So, who's woke? I mean, Coke. I was like, what the hell's going on? Lapalapu. Is that how it was? Did I say it correctly? Oh man. To the She-Ra My Little Pony horse? Any of you going to get the She-Ra My Little Pony horse? Did they do that? Did they make that? I didn't see it. Is that the one that people were talking about? I saw, who I saw? I saw Corey of Make Shape Create make one out of the horse that I have that I gave to Tila. I didn't give it to She-Ra. And it fits the cartoon collection perfectly. But I ordered this one a long time ago and I gave it to Tila. And it's good. It articulates really well. But he actually added some wings and did the whole thing and made it into a Swift Wind horse. So her Wind Raider horse. Well, like I said, I don't know. Is there something official that came out that I missed on that one? That would be nice to that I would be trying to pay attention. Yeah, I think Swiftwind, yeah. Oh, and I think we gotta have a little talk about what's coming too. I know I talked about it last week, and I talked a lot about it with a big goofy smile on my face, but don't forget on Friday we've got those pre-orders for the most glorious Mondo in the universe, which is that one. Oh my goodness. So it was really cool seeing the Mondo stream. They did really good with just kind of talking about it, and it was so cool because they said the buck is like kind of the only thing and like little things that they reused, but I mean they redid the headdress. Of course, the weapons are the same here. But even the design coming down off of her bra there, her top, you could see is different because it has a snake design to it. She's got the skirt, and he said the skirt comes off just like Evil Lynn's skirt comes off. You've got that extra snake piece. The hands are way different because they're more, magic type, hands there. And this middle face is where it's at right there, like that. And like I said, I know this is something I went through last time, but man, like that right there. Somebody had mentioned on their stream that should be a poster, and I agree. That should be a print. That is such a cool picture, man. You can tell whoever did the photography for this was really, really happy with the figure, because it's just something about it. It's going to be tough because it's going to be kind of scary. We're probably going to have to jump on right away, because this 1,000 of these are probably going to be gone within 10 minutes, I bet, or 5 minutes. Nah, maybe 10 minutes. It's going to be gone quick. Like the fact that there's only 1,000 of them. I mean, this is one that's going to have to just get on right away and get it done, So anyway, so let me remove that real quick. Go back to the chat. Let's see. We got Robert. Did you get the Super 7 Lionel or Mumra? I didn't put his cape on, but I did get. It's so weird, this one, and I've never had anything like this before. But the lights go on the bottom and the top, so when you put his head on, it lights up his chest plate. And that's cool. I mean, the articulation, obviously the head's really flimsy and loose, but articulation-wise, it's okay. It's good, and the light, it's a little lighter than the other, the first Mumra. And then, of course, I have this one. This is my third large Mumra, and I have the one small Mumra. That one is going to be probably, I mean, the look of it is probably one of the cooler looks to it because of that light up. I didn't get the Lion-O because, I mean, I have enough Lion-O, man, and I don't know. I know I should say I have enough Mumra too. I did say that I was not going to get the Mondo Mumra, and I'm going to stick to that. I cannot jump over to Thundercats. I did get the Rogue, which kind of went off what I was normally supposed to do, but it's just one of those things. Yes, Friday is the day to get that stuff. I tell you what. Had a video with Swiftwind. Okay, but I thought that was a custom. That's what I was thinking. I think he's showing off a custom. I'm sorry, Brick. Dude, you're gonna be able to see it if you go. What's going on, Andrew Davis? What's going on? Welcome in. The gang is all here. Who's going to Toylanta? I know there's a few going to Toylanta, and a few like Brick who's going to WonderCon coming up this weekend. She is amazing, man. She is so good. Finally got the White Whale classified figures snow job. Attaboy, G.I. Jet, man. I know you said you've been looking for that one for a while. You were waiting for it, right? Somebody had already shipped it to you. Yeah, dude. Honestly, yeah. I gotta go over to the Mondo booth real quick. It really does. Like that look. It's just so sinister. Is so good, man. Uncle Tim is feeling some kind of way. Is Uncle Tim? I follow Uncle, or I subbed Uncle Tim, and I always see he's always sends good vibes out to all directions when I see those posts. It's Bia. She's limited like that. She's the greatest of them all. Well, that's true. Oh my goodness. We've got Solo Sinner in the house. Welcome in. And I get to use my new super chat piece here as of right now. Let's go.
Thank you, Mr. Skeletor. You are very kind.
Kind? Never use that word around me. Now get moving.
Thank you, Solo Sinner, for the 35 Canadian. Thank you so much. You know what? You're keeping the lights on. I appreciate it. It's such a weird thing to be involved in. You always, when you're involved in the YouTube community and you have your friends and just maybe not even friends, just a show that you enjoy, and you throw them some support and super chats and memberships and things like that. You never think when you get to that point how you're going to react, and you see them and you get kind of like, oh, thanks. That's pretty awesome of you. So thank you, Solo Sinner. I appreciate it for the super chat. That was pretty freaking awesome. Who's the best? You're the best, not me. Brick, you are. Brick's been doing some pretty awesome shit. Just let me give a quick shout out real quick. Brick something. Him and Allison have been entertaining my Sunday for quite some time now. I am honored to be joining Allison this Sunday on her coloring show. I get to, I did buy some special paper. I've got all the Prismacolor coloring pencils, colored pencils, and I'm ready. I'm going to print out some sheets this week because we actually are taking Merrick up to Colorado Springs this weekend just to have a good, just to go out and enjoy it. We're going to go to one of those adventure park things. But anyway, so brick though, I could tell you, I've learned more, and it's so cool because you learn so much, not just about the artists that are doing it, but the reasons behind it, and just the passion that they have. And it's so cool that Brick is bringing in these independent companies and independent artists that are just killing it. Like like last week's show was so cool. Like it was just so cool looking at what they're designing, and just, you know, it's funny, you see these evil, crazy, scary looking figures, and you go, whoa, I wonder what kind of person makes that. And then you talk to the people that design, and you're like, oh yeah, just normal, cool person. You know, they're laid down to earth, laid back, really cool. They, of course, they worked for NECA also, so they have a NECA or McFarlane. McFarlane. I'm sorry, not NECA, McFarlane. But it's just cool. It's really cool, and you know, shout out to Brick for doing the news on a Sunday. And he doesn't even talk sports. I'm surprised. I don't even get it. So, oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was a custom. I think that's what it was. And like I said, even if you go over to our friend Corey at Make Shape Create, he has a channel as well. And he just did a custom with the horse that I was looking at. So, but let's see what's going on. Mikey, Attorney and Royalty, is in the house. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I don't deserve it, man. I appreciate it though. Hell yeah. Yes, it is true. You have been entertaining me very much, and I hope that I can add a little entertainment to the show as well with my very off the cuff and borderline stupid comments. Oh, well, my painting I can say I like a lot. My coloring I have yet to do, so I'm kind of nervous since her coloring skills are off the charts, and I'm kind of worried about my own with pencils. I haven't done colored pencils since high school, maybe college, when I went to that 1 year of college. McFarlane and then NECA. Okay, Anthony's NECA. So I was okay. So I kind of remembered a little bit. I absorbed some stuff, Brick, darn it. Yeah, so if you guys have a chance, go back and check that out. It is so freaking cool, man. Really, really cool. All right. Faker Battle Cat. The #1 hustler. Faker Battle Cat. Guess what I sold today? I sold the Masterverse Stratos. Because of you. Because what you told me about, you know, money and stuff. What's going on, Jeff? How's it going, sir? I got the message today that Rogue, which is really crazy. So Tasty Cake ordered Rogue the day after because I was talking about how cool Rogue was and how I ordered it and da-da-da. Well, he got his Rogue in today in Georgia, and it's coming from Texas. I'm in Colorado, and I just got the email saying she just shipped. And I'm like, what the hell, man? I ordered it the day before, and I don't understand sometimes. But I look at Sunny Sundries, who's not in here, but messages me quite a bit as far as just giving me the lowdown on shit. And I'm not going to complain because he finally just got his Scare Glow and he hasn't got his Faker yet. And I've had mine for quite a while. So I'm not going to complain. Yeah, I think I'll do okay. I mean, either way you look at it, I mean, it's going to be fun. That's all that matters, you know. I just got to make sure and try to be entertaining as well. So Lawrence used Crayola crayons the first time he came on. He outlined everything with them like he was in 4th grade. Oh, how cute. Absolutely. I appreciate you, Brick, man. That was you put, and the thing is, you do, here's the thing about you and I, Brick. We are on two opposite ends of this polar caps because I am fly by the seat of my pants, do things as I go on the fly. If it doesn't, whatever, however it comes out, it comes out. And I know how you are, and I know how Ken is, and you guys are on the other end of that, where you are very meticulous, you are very organized, you put together a product that is just, you've got the foundation for just a solid show. Everything you guys do is just, you know, and you see how much effort and how much time is put into it. And I know, like I said, for me, I get the sleep out of my eyes and come up and start a show. Like, not like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I have things I want to talk about, and I know the chat does keep me going quite a bit, but I don't really have a outline or anything like that. But I don't know if I do good with that. I've always been like all over the place anyway. Like, my mind is just everywhere. But I think it's really awesome how you guys do that, and it's very respectable. Definitely respect on that, because I can't do it. I couldn't do it. So keep it in the lines, pal. That's all I have to do, right? Just keep it in the lines. Damn Texas, I tell you, Texas is the only place in the United States. There might be another state that does it too, but Texas is one of the only places in the United States that can fly their flag above the United States flag. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Texas is a sovereign state, and they can put their flag above the United States flag, but everywhere else in the United States, you got to put it lower. The only reason, I know the lower part, not just because I guess you just pick it up, but when I worked at the prison, I did the perimeter a lot, or I did the security on the outside, and we always had to do, like, when we would fly the flag at half mast for whatever reason, when it's ordered by the state or the president or whatever, that we would make sure that we had to go Colorado first and go lower, and then do the United States flag right above it. So just, even if it's like a half a flag above, it still works out. Everyone gets stuff before me, and I got Rogue. Teal will be Saturday, hopefully. You see, and mine is not scheduled to be at my house till the 1st of April. So it is what it is. G.I. Jetman, you came in. Yes, you did come in a little bit late. Let me show what I have. I do want to show the one piece. I didn't finish it. I did find out that there were 2 pieces that I had, mirrored pieces, that I didn't print the second piece. So I had to print those this morning. I did get them done, but while I was putting it together, I ran into a couple of speed bumps, and I was like, I'm not going to rush this. I've been working hard on it, and I'll have it ready for next week. But this is what the Light Hope looks like. So I got the light in there, the LED light, and I use a remote. I have a remote control for it. And then you've got this tower above. So this tower here, so you've got the rocks down below. So you can see this is the back part of the tower, and then the front's going to have those wings and the tiara and like the sides of those, and it's going to have the jewels, 3 different jewels on top, and it's going to go all the way up to 3 feet tall. So and then that was the other one. I changed the color just to see what it would look like, and it came out. That part of it right there makes me happy, because that is exactly what I wanted it to be. Like, that was exactly what I was hoping for, and it worked out good. So, well, it is, but and I know sometimes we can't control the way our mind is. Like, I know I'm all over the place. I know I'm never going to be an organized person. I could be. I have been before. Like, I kept things, like my house tidy and everything in order, but for the most part, unless I really try hard and really sit down and focus, it's still hard for me to do. But I'm all over the place all the time. So it's really difficult for me. My mindset is everywhere. So I could walk by a sock on the floor and just look at it and go, oh, I'll get it later. And I know that would drive people that are like that crazy. So, but absolutely. Yeah. Solo Center knows it's just, you appreciate what goes into it. The way that the show just goes so smooth, it hits all the parts that it wants to hit, and it's entertaining as hell. Like, it's just good shit. What's up, time scales? Texans crack me up. Yes, sir, they do. The Texans. No, absolutely, man. You earned it. You deserve it for sure. Oh, King Randor has arrived at their store. That's good. He's a good one. He is one of those characters that, for me, he's sitting on the shelf with the new Fisto, and he's sitting next to Merman in between Beastman. I just have like a Masterverse section over there. I still haven't done the room tour yet, man. I need to do that. That's going to be the next thing I need to get done. What's up, Spencer? Any good deals on deals right now? it was Amazon had what Allison gave it to us. Amazon had 40% off that was it the Techno drone? It's the drone for the turtles. And it was 40% off on Amazon. That's the one I got. And if you use Allison's link, you can get even, well, you can help her out. And I don't know if they give you any more off, but hey, she has an affiliated link. If she's in here, she can put it in the chat, or if anybody has a wrench, they could put it in the chat to that, to that piece for the turtles. If anybody wants it or doesn't have it. That whole wave is phenomenal. How many people? Yeah, the one that I saw, there was a few others. I think the biggest one, that was the biggest one because it was such a big discount. It's definitely a good deal if you're a turtle guy. What's up, Stanley? Welcome in. But this, we were talking about that Masterverse, and it's funny that's going to spark with me. That's going to spark something because I just that shelf with the Masterverse on it. I have a few different shelves with different Masterverse and stuff, but that line has been so just overachieving for me. Like the way that they started out with the Revelation, the figures, even that Skeletor's head was just man. Even the Skele God was kind of man when you first saw it, and the Moss Man was really overlooked. The Moss Man is a really cool figure. It just was overlooked because there were so many people that didn't like the show. And so it's Revelation, stupid. And I'm like, you guys are so stupid to try to pass on these figures that are really good based on the fact that you didn't like the cartoon. Like, I don't understand it. But especially the ones that they've been hitting. The last one I did get was the 40th anniversary Skeletor. But even then, like I kind of joked about it, and somebody said, well, how many Skeletors do you need? And I say, yes. Yep, that's exactly it. Yes. Because the Battle Armor Skeletor is one of the coolest Skeletors ever made. And the Evil Lyn is one of the coolest Evil Lyns ever made, except for that Mondo coming in. Holy cow. Mikey, I saw that deal less than $50 or something for it. Crazy deal. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a turtle guy and I wouldn't have room for it, but it's a damn good deal. What's going on, Mint with Card? Welcome in. Happy hump day to you as well. I appreciate you joining us. Wasn't a big fan of the new Fisto. Looks like you got 2 left feet or wearing shoes on the wrong feet. You know what? He's been sitting in that back row for quite a while. Shao Kahn wins. Fatality. Welcome. I'll just grab both of these while we're at it. So, are you talking about this one? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, his feet are a little goofy. Are a little off. The head sculpt is good. I do like the head sculpt. He has that older head sculpt as well with the helmet, but I gave him this one. It looks good. It's definitely a lot more detail than the first one that came out. I do like the color scheme. It's just, mine, I did get mine quite a bit earlier, and I got a bad QC sword. That thing just was shaved off from the get-go. So I pulled that thing out of the box, and all the paint on that sword was gone. And then, of course, we've got our Skeletor to King Randor. Where's your hair, you royal boob? So there's our Randor he's looking pretty sly. He's got his he's got that little wisdom patch. And I don't know, it's cool that they did that. They gave him the 2 different head pieces, with one with the crown and one with the battle helmet. I think the one thing about this one is he definitely looks less Burger King-y. Is that a word? Less Burger King-y. Let's look that up. No, he's got the colors, everything. It does look a little more like the regal part of it, because you've got that shoulder piece there. That's really cool. The design with the blue in the middle. They did pretty good. Of course, this is one of those that My Buddy's Customs. Hey, where is My Buddy's Customs? Is he sleeping? We better give him a call. No. that My Buddy's Customs would have a field day with. I mean, you can see all the detail that's going into the mold, but nothing on the paint apps. And I know obviously the cost of that would be a lot, but they did a lot when you think about it. They did quite a bit as far as getting those little blue parts in there, but I know what Bud would do with it. So, I mean, this is one that is really made to customize. If you're a customizer and you want to upgrade or you want to just touch up the paint with it and make it look a little bit better, this one is really good for that for sure. So let's see, what did the Texans do today? I don't know. What did they do today? Did they do anything? I know Russell Wilson went to the Giants. Poor New York. Oh man. I was like, dude, you guys, you don't know what you're getting. I mean, after he left Seattle, he was exposed to being kind of a clown. I mean, he didn't do too bad for the Steelers, but ay. It's not going to be good for you guys, the Giant fans. Yeah, I way more detail. The look of it, I love the hair. I love this the style, the look on him. He does look more, I don't know. The other one kind of has more of that kind of bulky head, like I don't know. But you know, one of these days I have so many cool Masterverse figures. I want to put them all together on like maybe I'll get Eternia, clean Eternia off and just put all my Masterverse figures on there and just put a little like a diorama scene to take some pictures from. Yes, this is the new Eternia Fisto. So this is the second one. So this one actually has the rotating fist. It has a lot more detail to it than the other one. The first one is the one that came with Revelation, and that's going to be like I said, there's less detail, but it's still not a bad figure. When I was the first Fisto is one of the ones that when I was going to Target in Colorado Springs, and I found a bunch of them for $6.59. There was a bunch of Fisto. There was a bunch of the first wave, the first Battle Armor He-Man with the beard, and there was a bunch of Sunman and a bunch of Hero. There was a bunch of Andra, but I had already gotten like 3 or 4 Andra, so I did get a bunch of those for fodder for customs. I mean, why not? For under $7, I mean, can't go wrong with that. Yeah, the new Eternia, that's a good one, man. Bud would add a coffee creamer. Yes, he would. That would be a perfect spot. Not on this side, but he would add it to this shoulder here. I told him he needs to change his name to Creamy Customs. Put that custom there. But yeah, there's so many spots you can even do a wash or do just highlighted paint, which is what he usually does to them really good. You might skip Randy. Come on, Randy. It's just funny to look at him and call him Randy. Yeah, the Robato's great. Yeah, and just the fact that it's an evil one, it's so good. You're skipping Fisto too. Brick, come on, man. You have a show, and I'm sorry, but you need to have these figures so you can run your show. Now I'm just throwing stuff all over the place. You need to get this one for sure if you haven't. This one is freaking amazing. And this one is the one you're talking about. And it's got it's got this on the back. So you can, and since he's the evil one, I've done this a few times. Hope I don't ever do anything stupid and break it, but. So if anybody hasn't seen that yet, you can take that helmet off. You can see he's got a skull face underneath because this is the evil Roboto that was taken over and reprogrammed by Skeletor. That's kind of a cool look too with his something's clicking inside there. Ha. Okay. We put his little train front piece in here. It looks like the front of an old train from the Oh, got to go a little higher there. You know, like the old steam engine or the coal engines. So he's got that. Yeah, that's a good one, man. This one is definitely a must-have, I think. Oh, come on. But you know, you put them on the shelf, and sometimes you got to pull them out just to appreciate them a little bit more. And I usually end up making a mess and having to put everything back when I get done. But this was the one that I was really surprised with, that when I first opened it up, that he comes with the articulated jaw. And for Masterverse, I mean, and I think they've been doing good with Masterverse and with Origins, but the articulated jaw is like, I think that's like just a game changer. It's so cool. Texans, because you were talking about Rogue shipping from Texas. Oh, okay. Rogue. Oh, I can't wait to get Rogue, man. I'm telling you, I think it is such a good one. I mean, especially because I don't like the look of it, but I mean, you could take off this piece on his weapon and you can change his fist and put that on there. He's got that different buck, like he's got that newer body style. Here, let's take a look. Let's strip him down here for you. Of course, like I said, he's got this head. He's got that older looking head with the beard, with the gray and that helmet, which is really good. And this is the biggest thing. Look at that body. I work out. Fisto, look at that body. Fisto, look at that body. I work out. No, I mean, he's got those better traps. He's got the better buck. This is that newer style buck that they've been using that I like a lot better. I don't know. It just looks better. And here's that, like I said, that you've got the extra little fringes on the side. Just the design overall is great. And of course, he's got the full arm being robotic instead of just the fist. So there's quite a bit of difference. Like, it's not one of those where you say, well, I already have a Fisto. No, this one's like Armo. This one's Armo. He'll give it to you all the way around. This is Armo. This isn't Fisto. This is a good one. That whole wave, I would absolutely recommend. Like I said, this one, when I first saw it, when Mikey showed this to us at San Diego Comic-Con, I was like, another Beastman, and stupid. And then when I saw it, it's just, no, this is the best Beastman there. Just like the Merman. When the Merman came out, oh, another Merman? No, it's the Merman, and it's the best Merman. This one is so good. And it's more orange, like the red orange that we get with Beastman, where those others, all the other Beastmen, the really tall one, I like that one too. The Revelation one, I 3D printed him a chest plate and a different head, which makes him look 10 times better. But both of them are more of a brownish orange, like a kind of a, it's just like a, you know what it reminds me of? It's the same color as like my kids when Merrick was a baby and we give him the little food things, Gerber stuff. It reminds me of like the carrot processed food that you give to babies. That's what it looks like. But this one, it's got that nice reddish orangish color, and the armor is just badass. And then of course you got his little logo underneath the blue instead of anywhere on the outside, so you can see it when it just shines on it. Like, come on. Definitely, Brick, please just pass on one or two indie figures and you can get that whole wave. Come on. I have faith in you, man. You have a show, Brick. Come on. Similar Tribes Cops. Revelation was very good, but the new Eternia, yeah. And the fact that they mixed in the comic book collection, giving you those little Skittle things that I always joked about, that secondary headpiece that you could wear as a ring if you want. It's a little tight, but it works. Texans didn't do anything. The Giants, however, making terrible decisions. There we go. Just like I said, Russell Wilson. And yes, they did sign Jameis Winston as well. And they were thinking that, no, it's legit. And they were thinking that they still might get Shadur from the Buffs. So I don't know what the hell they're doing. It's crazy. Crazy. New Eternia on mint with card. Looks good, but I don't know. Can't keep getting so many of the same character. But I'm telling you, like I said, I kind of thought the same thing when I first was seeing these come out, but once you get them in hand, it's like, no, this one is superior. It's definitely a better figure overall. Motu Origins has died down in terms of accessories and vehicles. I really wanted a Spider and Mantisaur. Yeah. And who knows, that might be one of those when they start doing, since they started that Club Grayskull, maybe they'll start doing a little extra on those things. Since they'd be made to order or they'd be, coming from the website. But yeah, it would be nice. I mean, we got a few, we started getting them for a while there, and then they started end up being at Ross or being $4 at, like, I got 3 or 4 of the oh my god, Roton for $4 to $8 when they were at Walmart on clearance. And then of course Stridor, forget it. Stridor, I got so many of those for cheap. And even the Wind Raider, and the Wind Raider was pretty good. And the Sky Sled went on sale. Most of the vehicles did end up going on a pretty good clearance sale because I got a bunch of extras for those. I guess if you're like, who is it, Bomb Star Customs, you can get all those Wind Raiders and just completely, God, if you guys haven't seen some of the stuff that Bomb Star Customs is doing, he's usually making all the stuff for home arcade, but he's been redoing all the Sky Sleds to go, each individual character has their own Sky Sled. Like, he will do that color, he will add a special faceplate to it for that character. I mean, dude is talented, like super, super talented. But all right, here, remember those doing weapons and accessory pack for Origins. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Stumbled into Masterverse and I found them on clearance. Now I just cherry pick. And I agree. I can't say I'm the opposite because I don't cherry pick Origins or Cartoon Collection either. I'm all in on those, and I'm all in on Masterverse. My cherry picking is like classifieds. Like cherry pick classifieds. I really, really cherry pick McFarlane, and I really, really cherry pick Marvel Legends. Like, most of the Marvel Legends and McFarlane figures I get are either a really cool Batman that I like, which there's not in short supply with, Todd really going off on the Batman thing, and any of the women figures. And I've said this before, Brick's been in here every time I say it, I think. Sorry, Brick, I'm a broken record with this one, but my room is full of half-naked buff dudes, and I want to have, I'd rather have a bunch of badass women in here, So I do have a cool section down there that I now need to fix because I dropped something and it just plastic. What is it? The toy avalanche. I had a toy avalanche with my female figures, so I need to straighten those up. But I mean, same thing with Mondo. I cherry picked from Mondo for the most part, but my Mondo lineup for the women figures, they've done so good with the women figures. I'm gonna have She-Ra, Tila, Evelyn, Rogue on the other side, and the Goddess. So I will have probably the best looking women figures out there all in one area, because that Rogue is something else, especially that timed edition. Holy cow. So, all right, we got some more people saying hello to each other. Everyone go sub to Mint with Cards channel. He put his first video up this week. Allison, if you would like to, yeah, you got it. There it is. You already put it in the chat. You got it. And if you want to put your link to that Ninja Turtle piece, Allison, if I missed it and you did put it in, I'm sorry. But if you haven't and you want to, go ahead and put it in there so people can get do your affiliation thing, and you can get that deal on that turtle thing. So, all right. So there's Mint with Card. Go ahead and get over there, give him a sub. Got his first. I will definitely. I think I'm. Well, let's see. Well, I'm on my other channel, giving myself some watch hours from my other channel. Cheater. Clint, I only get the Masterverse line, nothing else at all, believe it or not. See, you and Mikey, Eternian Royalties on the other end of that, where I guess he does cherry pick a little bit, but for the most part, he usually only gets that stuff. It's like if it's just knock you out badass and he wants it that bad, or if it's on sale. But Mikey's the same way on the opposite end. He is a big time, like, the nostalgia of it is Origins for him. And I mean, he's a vintage collector as well, but like with Origins hitting that nostalgia button to where it's just, and it's just like the ones we had, but better articulation. But for me, I am kind of that one of those people that say, hey, when I was collecting this 5.5-inch ones, I was 5 foot tall or 4 foot tall, and I was a little person, and the figures were bigger. And well, now I'm 6 foot tall, 225 pounds. I got big ass meat hooks, and I want a bigger figure. Just it's nicer to have a 7-inch figure in there. I don't know. It's just weird for me. I don't know. That's why we're bringing on so complicated for the completionist, and I'm picky, or the picky prick who pays for custom heads and costs. Hey, you know what though? There's something to be said with that too, though. The custom heads, like especially for like the ones that I got, I didn't get any of the ramen heads because I did see that Home Arcade posted the newest He-Man ramen head, and I really didn't care for it too much. But Hordak MX is still going to be my favorite. Like, let me grab that one again. I think I've showed it off a couple times. So this is the Faker Hordak MX head that I got. And I love it. And I think I paid $25 for the head. Yeah, the head, or maybe 20 or 22, something like that. But I mean, it's not cheap, but God, what a difference. Because the head on this one I was not a fan of. Like that, it just looked weird to me. The newest one with the 40th anniversary head with the different paint apps with just basically just the eyebrow, it looks so much better. I'm actually really excited for that new the new Faker, the one that's the Walmart CancelCon exclusive. But yeah, this one is really good, and he did the paint perfectly to match, so it fits there. You didn't have to. This is like one of the few times I bought something a custom like that I didn't just say, well, fuck, I could just print it and paint it myself. Why don't I do that? But yeah, so Josh Yam, welcome in. I got the Turtle Grayskull Trap Jaw Entertainment Earth, $16. Yeah, I mean, and it's what's crazy is that one was for the longest time was a Target only. They only had it at Target, and then finally they kind of dropped that exclusivity after a while, I guess, and they started selling, because I know they were selling it on Mattel Creations as well. But yeah, I'm caught up completely. That's one thing. I am complete on my Turtles of Grayskull. I have every single one of those on the line, and of course the line is done as of right now, from what I know. Because they're jumping over to the Thundercat line, I don't see them actually throwing in any more turtle stuff. I do see them just going all in with the Thundercats, because you figure you got Origins, you got Cartoon Collection, and then you have that other sub line, which because it's a good timing, and it makes you think, yeah, that's the way it's going to be, is because Turtles ended. I mean, they give you everything that, even up in the comics, it shows in the box art and everything. It's kind of giving you that explanation that it's done. And then now we've got all the previews for the Thundercat line, which also very freaking excited for. I, have a perfect spot for my Thundercat figures, but I'm still on the hunt for an Origin Snake Mountain at a rebuild price. I'm initial. And I even think Amazon, I think the cheapest I saw was maybe, what are they, like at 100 now? Because they were, 80 or like 79, something like that. And now, let's see, Snake Mountain Origins. So Amazon has it for, 166. Caca. And what's crazy is like this one, 138 for 138 for that, which is crazy to me. And I think even buying it new, I think I paid 75 or something like that. But that's crazy. I didn't really. Sometimes you see these things drop in price. I remember there was a time where both Grayskull and Snake Mountain had dropped in price, and then they go. I don't know what happened with that, where they went back up. But if I see anything mint with card, I will absolutely get with you and let you know if I see anything cheaper. I bought a classified scale 3 checkpoint alpha recently. Do you know where I can get the stickers for it? Unless Etsy has them or eBay, you might be able to find a page that actually has those for sale where you can print them as like decals, or as my Canadian friends say, decals. You can print them out and maybe use them, put them on yourself like that. But if you want, I would look at Etsy and I would look at eBay and just type it in, just putting in what you want and asking for the stickers. Because I remember seeing stickers for a lot of stuff that I 3D printed, like the attack track and the Wind Raider. They even had the ones for the bad guy Wind Raider. And I think I might have seen some on eBay and some on Etsy. So check those two, I would say. LVHAXOR. LV Haxor. I'm saying it wrong. I know. Walmart out here in Vegas don't have Motu anymore. Gotta go to Target. And it's crazy is that, like, depending on how many Walmart stores you have, like for mine, I've got, back is killing. So down the road, the Walmart that is closest to me, that, I was all excited. I went down because I heard that they had the Moss Man, and the Moss Man would just come out, and I was waiting for him, and it finally had the Moss Man, the flocked one. They stopped carrying Motu and classified. So the other two stores end up getting them. And so now both the stores that are a little more of a drive for me, that's not that big a deal because I'm kind of in a smaller city. Both the other ones still have a lot of them, but it's crazy why they pick and choose which ones are going to carry it and which ones aren't. It's kind of stupid. Spencer, I ordered 3. What happened was, since they had that limit 1 in the beginning, and I ordered the limit 1, and then I heard, well, they jumped it up to 3. So about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I ordered the 2, and surprisingly, without any kind of pushback, I emailed Mattel and I said, hey, I ordered 2. I ordered the 1, and then I saw that you jumped it up to 2 more. Is there a way I can get them sent together and get the refund on the shipping? Well, they emailed me back and they said, oh, we're sorry. The first pack of 2 has already shipped, which for me was freaking awesome to hear that. And they said, but that is no problem. We can do that for you. So they issued a refund for like $6.95 or whatever. So I did get the refund for the shipping, but I did get the 3 of the Voltec. Kenzo, the Origins Weapons accessory pack is a cool set by Customized. Oh, yeah. That's right. At the convention. Yes. They did the Snake Men one, which was phenomenal. And I got all the parts. See, I regret not getting it. Mikey, Eternian Royalty, got that set. And just the box art itself is worth getting it. And it wasn't that expensive. And it had the snake, and it had Lady Slither's, I think it had her knife, and it had a few other things. But this one, I think, see the parts. I have a lot of the parts. Like, I know this one, like this part came in that snake one from the Los Migos last one. And then this one's coming in the new one. And this one I got from, I got it from Yurko, actually. And some of the parts I had, and I said, oh, I don't need to get that. I could just print my own and whatever. But just the official box, I love the box art for it. It doesn't take up much room. So, I mean, if you're going to get it and keep it, that's cool to get. It is cool. It is really cool. So I would recommend, if anybody is on the fence with that one, do it. Because they're not that expensive, and they're worth it for sure. Spencer Sanchez, Kenzo wants to display some royal boobs. Absolutely, man. I'm still a guy. Isn't that a country song? It's just one of those where I have enough half naked dudes that are showing off their muscles. I like, it's one of those things where the female form is very pleasant. What am I going to say? So, and that's not just me. It's funny because I usually, like, when I show my son's mom, my ex, some of the stuff, and she's like, wow, look at that, So I did get her a gem. So she was so I showed her, I go, look what Walmart's got. And she's like, are you serious? She's like, I can't believe, I'm so sad I don't have mine anymore and all this. And I knew she wouldn't get it because she's not the type that buys this stuff. But I guarantee you her toy collection is quite large because of me doing that. So I ran to Walmart, which was really close to her house on the south side there. And I brought her a gem and she was all excited. So yes, I definitely do enjoy having the royal boobs around the toy room. I missed the Mondo Clayface. I did see that one too. That one was, well, keep an eye out though. You never know, since like I said, I missed out on that Rogue and I was able to somehow they got some extra stock in there. I'm all in on Origins, cherry pick Masterverse here and there. Yeah. And that is kind of a little bit more common than like what I had said and what Clint was saying. Yeah, that because it's just something about that Masterverse for me. It's just such a bigger, like, I mean, I don't even have an Origin standing here. Oh, I do this one. I just pulled it down. So like, I don't know. And I know he's oversized, but it's just something about the Masterverse. I mean, you have a little bit extra articulation in it. It's got the double jointed elbows for the most part. This one doesn't, but for the most part you do. Has, I don't know, just something about the Masterverse I really, really enjoy. And then, and I showed this, I think last week, but I still have this sitting on my desk. I haven't figured out what I'm going to paint with it yet. I did get a couple pictures sent to me. One of, I think it was Shredder. Somebody sent, I think it was Bud sent me a picture of Super Shredder with this buck, which would look pretty cool. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Hordak MX. Yes, dude. Absolutely. If anybody needs any custom heads, and he doesn't really, I mean, I think he might have a website, but really what happens is you find him online. If you find him on either on Facebook or Instagram, and you just message him and ask him, he'll send you pictures of what he has, and he'll do the order over chat, which works for me because, and it took a little bit of time to get here, but it's no big deal. Like I said, I already had what it was ready for, yeah, absolutely one of the coolest ones. All right, buddy. Have a good evening at work, Mikey. If you guys haven't gone over to Turning Royalty, go subscribe, man. He's got some good shit out there, especially with like him being right there in San Diego. You're gonna get the best San Diego Comic-Con coverage from him as well. So, yep. And it's it's a no-brainer, right? The head sculpts are perfect, absolutely perfect. And that is the one thing I wouldn't want to order a Origins playset from Amazon just because. Oh, I got it right. Sweet. LV Haxer. All right. Cool. Thank you, GI Jetman. Awesome. All right. I'm catching up. Want the knife. Yeah. That knife is cool. I agree. GI Jetman asking Tony now. He's on the ATKM stream. ATM. Oh, okay. He's on the a toy kind of mood stream at the moment. Yeah, that's who I'm going up against, huh? Woo! They were heavy hitters there, just for little old me, But I tell you, there's something to be said about. Not really. I don't really see anything different, but I am by myself and I don't have to interrupt anybody and nobody's interrupting me. So I guess that is one good thing, right? About the channel here. But I do have an unboxing to do, guys. Yay, unboxing time. I have one of the discounted AWOC figures that I ordered. They're on sale. I think I paid $20, $24, something like that. I know it was on sale. I know I got it on sale. So let's open this one up. My friend Brick just keeps pushing these indie lines on me. Just kidding. It's funny because like you see all the major players and the major huge numbered tubers that do all this mainline stuff like G.I. Joe Classified, which is kind of that has a huge following there. Of course, Motu is not. It's funny that when you're in a G.I. Joe stream, how badly Motu is looked at. It's funny because it's such a totally different. You can't even compare the two. It's such a different. Like you've got fantasy and, magic and, shit like that, as opposed to like a military line. It's just like there's no comparison there. And I mean, to say one's better than the others, it just makes me laugh. But anyway, so in talking about crossing the lines on all of it is our AWOC figures, which fit perfectly with Masterverse. Talking about cherry picking and stuff like that, getting all the stuff together. This line is perfect for Masterverse. I have my Masterverse set up on that shelf I was talking about. I have 2 AWOC figures in that same, and there's no way you can tell the difference. Like, I love this line because it really does just, when you go back and look at the old cartoon, like the Filmation cartoon, there are a lot of these little towns and cities of specific creatures or people / creatures or whatever else. Like, why not add these in? I mean, they're ready to battle. They're dressed to impress. This one has that. I mean, if you painted him green, you can make him a battle cat, right? I mean, it's just, the articulation on these are great. This one's got just the straight feet. I love the armor on the legs there. A lot of gold, a lot of blue. He's just cool, man. He's just really, really cool. Jetman, this is an AWOC, which is short for Animal Warriors of Kingdom. That's what the box looks like. So it's Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, but they call it AWOC. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, the butterfly. See? That thing goes to where if you need to get a good stretch in the morning, and then go eat your bowl of cereal. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's good. There we go. Or if he's like hanging on a bar doing some, I guess you're not really doing much when you're just hanging on a bar like that. But yeah, no, these are the articulation on these are phenomenal. And like I said, as far as I gotta turn that up to turn it in. I mean, and this is what we're looking at, right? Like, it's a perfect fit. It's a perfect fit with Masterverse. Why not have an animal section of people, right? I mean, like, why not have a city with the animal people? Like, it just, I mean, we're already going to get the, I just noticed how disgustingly full of paint my fucking nails are, and I apologize. It's really bad. I wash my hands. I do, I promise. It's just when paint gets under there, it's not good, but it looks bad, especially on camera. So, no, I mean, overall, I've not had one of these that I've been disappointed with at all. I have 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 total, and I did order a lot when they did the Kickstarter and on that newer wave. I think I ordered like 4 or 5 on that new when Brick was doing his tour. That was a walk. Yeah, well, and that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, Animal Warriors of Kingdom. Yeah, look at those feet too, man. That's such a cool figure. And like I said, they were all the ones, I believe, if you go over to their spirotoys.com, I believe they're still on sale. Let's take a look. Why don't we? No, not Spiro. Spiro. Or Sparrow. Is it Sparrow or Spiro? Is it Sparrow Toys? Let's take a look. Let me pull up my share. Let's present. All right. So maybe. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the heck happened there. I was trying to share it, and it kind of went blank on the other side. I thought I lost the stream. I don't know what the heck was going on. Let's see. So we're going to present, share the screen. There we go. Okay, now we've got it right there. Sale continues, trying to clear out the space because there's a lot of stuff coming in. Yes, absolutely. So while we're at it, let's take a look. So we've got our Gladiator at $24.49. Look at that. Look at that weapon there, man. That is so cool. All the design and the paint apps on the weapon. Like, when are you going to see that? Yeah, he's a cool one. He reminds me of the old, and it's cool because they do have a lot of colors that remind me of the football teams. Like that looks like a Jacksonville Jaguar, right? And he is a Hawkin. A Hawkin! But here's that weapon there. It just looks really, really cool. Such a cool weapon. And he's at $24.49. This one is the Palais, because they don't call him Pale. That would be weird, right? Look at that shield. Damn. Just such a cool shield. And he's a badass. I mean, he's got that paint scheme like, what is it? The God of War kind of paint. Really, really cool. It's the Primal series. Man, I think I passed on some of the ones that I should have got. Like this one is so cool. I love the paint on him. Like the war paint, so cool. Atreyu. I always think of Never Ending Story with that name, right? This one looks like Jackalman, right? Jackalman. Mongrel. Yeah, all these guys are 20. So these are basically the same as like a deluxe Motu, right? Or if it's, because not Masterverse, because Masterverse, if it's a deluxe, it goes to like $30 right away. But so here is, so the ones that let me see which other ones I got. So this is the one I just got. So he was at 24. Already showed you him. They do have the larger ones as well. God, look at this dude, man. How freaking cool. Look at that arm. Seriously. Think you're going to mess with this guy? He's going to pound your ass into the ground. I should get this for my son because he's been playing this video game, which he's a kind of like that. Obviously not as detailed and stuff, but he's kind of like that gorilla-ish looking thing. That's what I said. Ken Ryu. That's funny. I was right. All killer, no filler in this wave. Agree. 100%. Mongrel's articulated jaw. See that? Those little things make such a difference. Like getting an articulated jaw in there. So I have this one as well. I have Cordoon and I have Blight. Blight is probably one of my favorite ones that I have. He just looks, he you know what he reminds me of? He just reminds me of one of those in a movie, like that's going to end up screwing you over in the end. And then as he stabs you in the back and you turn around to find out what's going on, he's going to have that face and he's going to be looking at you like that going, dude, didn't you expect this? You knew I was going to get you. You knew damn well that I was going to get your ass at the end. Like, look at that mohawk. Come on, man. Yeah, this series, this set is so cool. This toy line is so awesome. Like, I was so excited when they were doing that new wave. Like I said, Brick did the little stadium tour, went all over the place. What's going on, Dre? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. But we're just checking out some of the Spiro toys on sale. Look at this dude. So he might not be on sale. He's a limited edition. Holy cow. So he's the same as mine, just a different color, right? And he has a different weapon. And he has different armor. Shit. He just has the same head. Let's just say. That's funny. It's not the same as mine. Has the same head and the same feet. Otherwise, and the same arms. So arms, head, and feet are the same, but everything else is different. So that's cool. Mix and matching parts and things like that. And, you know, being an independent company, it's one of those where you're not, you know, you don't have mass freaking orders and shit. So this is the other. Do I have that one? I have something like him, but he's just kind of like a puma, just a straight puma. So look, they even have head packs. Is this really what? You get 3 heads for $4? Is that right? Dude, that really? We were just talking about paying $25 for a head for one. You mean to tell me these have 3 separate heads for under $5? That's a damn good deal. That's a really damn good deal. Holy cow. That is so good. What's up, Wraith? We are the hammer. What's up, buddy? Yeah, that's a killer deal, man. I can't believe that. That's such a good deal. 3 separate heads for $4. Like, that's cool. Good idea. All right. So this is going to be the armor set. So you can get this armor set. So they do have a lot of different ones, like mix and match. Like this one has the old Charlotte Hornets colors there, right? So under $5 for the armor set. So it's cool that they're actually doing that, where they sell the armor sets, accessory sets, weapon sets, glow in the dark weapon set for $5.87. Come on. And then they got the comics. If you want the lore, if you're a lore person, you got that. They've got all those different waves. They got shirts. Man, I didn't really think I was going to turn this stream into a AWOC stream, but hey, I like it. I like it. This is good stuff. And the prices are great. So, I mean, if you guys want those, get all over it, man. And yeah, that's what I was thinking. The sizes are perfect, right? So, especially, and this is kind of what I was thinking with that newer buck. And that's what I was thinking with that Fisto, is that it's got that thinner buck and it's not as crazy wide. And it's got, you know, to where, of course, the Spiro, they're thinner. You know, I mean, when you compare the differences, like, they're definitely quite a bit thinner. Oh yeah, get the guy with the cape to show off his back, huh? Stupid. But they're definitely thicker. But with that newer body style, I think it's, well, even this, like, I guarantee you the armor on these are going to fit well on just your standard body, like especially like with the new Eternia battle armor He-Man, or that Flying Fist He-Man. You're going to have that newer buck style. I got the Beastman looking. Yeah, I just wrecked that whole shelf there, but I think I borrowed some weapons from one. I think I borrowed this weapon. I put it on him for the bow, but this is the Beastman looking one. Same colors and everything. So, but yeah, you know, if you guys are, especially if you do collect the she got that butterfly there. If you collect Masterverse, these are a really good action figure that's just gonna fit right in. Like, you don't even have to, I mean, they just go really well with it. So this Kickstarter for those original waves did so well, so fast, that they just keep adding things because people wanted them. So now they got to clear it out for the new figs. Got it. Shoulder strap stuff fits well. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because they go just right across there and it just hooks onto the shoulder. So yeah, a lot of cool plug and play stuff with the Spiro toy stuff. And even just little things, like I guarantee you, if you have like the Beastman, or so are these interchangeable as well with the hands? Let's take a look. Let's see if they are. Might be a little bigger. Oh yeah, they're a little bigger, so it won't fit in there, but it's good to try things out. You never know. You never know. But yeah, they are. They're bigger. They're definitely bigger, and just the plug itself is quite a bit bigger. So, but I think like the 40th anniversary He-Man, I don't think I have him around. I think I might have taken him downstairs because I was going to use him for custom stuff. But I know that the peg for that He-Man, let me check the Skeletor because it's bigger. I know the 40th anniversary Buck had a bigger hand peg than the others. Yeah, see? It's got a bigger hand peg. Of course, I take off the wrong hand, right? Boom. Perfect. So there's two figures that they will work for. One is the He-Man and one is the Skeletor. The 40th anniversary He-Man and the 40th anniversary Skeletor. They have the bigger... I always remembered that when I got these, I was like, that was weird. They have the bigger pegs. But now you learned something, Brick. It fits really well. So, I mean, I know it's just the two figures that have these bigger paws, but moving forward, you never know. They might end up doing more of this with this specific arm, which fits that peg really well. And I'm not sure why they did that with just the 40th anniversary one, but what? No, I was not looking at Play Skeleton magazine. Whatever. That was terrible. Boo. Terrible. So it's available for pre-order, but we haven't heard anything on shipping yet. I think it said May, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check my app real quick, because I do have it on order. I did pre-order it as soon as Cancel Con started. Let's see. Here we go. So it still says pre-order. Oh, July 17th. Holy crap. So yeah. We got July 17th is what it's saying. Which, you know, complete repaint. That's all it is. It's nothing crazy. It is just, but it is a decent repaint. I like it how they have the different eyebrows and stuff. I actually did a custom. Well, let's take a look. I just keep getting up off my chair. We actually had a contest. It was Faker Battle Cat, myself, and I don't remember who else it was, but here's my custom. So I did this one's a little shinier than I would like. Well, it doesn't look too shiny except in the light. But I did like I even did some cuts in there where I have the metal underneath it. I did that with the shoulder. And then I had one of those water slide decals as far as the robot chest. Yeah, this was my custom Faker. I even put the jewel in the middle. That's one thing Faker Battle Cat always gave me shit for, is because I put jewels on all of them. But, you know, until the next new one comes in, then that's my thing there. Nuggets up by 8 with 1/4 to go. So that means Jokic is playing. Is that the deal, since we're beating Giannis and company? Let's see. NBA 194. Player stats. We've got Jokic has 31, 7, and 7 right now. Christian Brown is back, has 19. Jamal only has 8. Ay. Porter's got 20. Jamal's so inconsistent, man. I love him to death, but man, some nights he can go for a 40 piece, and the next night he goes for 8 points. Ay. So yeah, we're good, huh? So we've got 10 minutes left, and we're up 6. And you know, there's probably going to be like 8 more runs in that next 10 minutes. So you know how that goes with basketball. It's such a game of runs and here and there. So, but yeah, I mean, it came out good. I won the contest. We had votes and everything, and it came out pretty good. Like I said, I ended up. I think that you could probably tell this is when I first got that that chrome pen that had like that shiny chrome on it, and I used it quite a bit. So I did the outline of there with that chrome pen, and then I don't know. The weapons came out pretty good. I did the custom weapons. That one, the paint kind of chipped off a little bit there already, but it's been sitting there for a while. So I even did the custom. I did that with that chrome pen. His armor's a little bit tight because I obviously didn't have this one, and I wasn't going to paint my 40th anniversary Skeletor that came with the 2-pack. That would be silly to do a custom with that part. But this one is from the actual Skeletor itself, so it's a little tight because, of course, the Buck has that bigger chest. So it's a little too close to his head. But other than that, I really like how it came out for sure. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what that new one's going to be, is the 40th Buck with the Faker paint. So yeah, appreciate it, Josh. Thank you. But yeah, so I think it's pretty cool that when you at least, I know it's just the hands on the two, but it's pretty cool that they actually have interchangeable parts in certain things. I really do like this 40th anniversary, the vintage Skeletor is really good. Like if you guys get a chance, I think this is a good one to have. Especially if you didn't get the 2-pack. If you didn't get the 2-pack 40th anniversary, you're not going to ever have this one, because the 40th anniversary one has the lighter face. It's all like a bright yellow. It does have the articulated jaw on that one, where this one does not. It just has the straight, but it does have the molded teeth, whereas the 40th anniversary has a flat plastic with painted teeth, but the jaw articulates. So it's kind of a little bit of good on one, a little bit of good on the other. So I would definitely prefer the teeth be molded in there. It's definitely better to have sculpted teeth than just lines painted in. But it's also good to have the articulated jaw, which same thing with the throne Skeletor with the Alcala head, where you've got articulated jaw on that one as well. But that face looks just like the old comic books, man. Definitely a cool 101.96. So we're shooting free throws. All right. Well, let me grab that one while I'm at it. I'm just grabbing all this stuff off the walls. And this, folks, is why I'm not going to have a room tour anytime soon, because I keep taking shit off the shelves. So yeah, I mean, that looks like it's straight out of the mini comics there, isn't it? But it articulates, and definitely a creepier version. And I mean, the hood, sometimes it just look a little weird with the way the hood sits on it, but it's the same way with that Mondo. So the Mondo Skeletor has the same thing, where you can have the head by itself, or you can have, just the skull. Oh, really? It hit my, oh, no, I was going to say, I thought it hit my foot and rolled across the room. But you can have it to where it's painted for just the head if you want. So if you just want to do the skull by itself, it's made for that. Or you can have the hood over it. And the hood's not exactly a perfect fit, but I got the new Turner Skeletor for the cape and the 5 toes. Yeah. Yeah, it's, wait a second. Oh, because this one doesn't have, oh no, does it have a cape? Yeah, it does, huh? I just didn't put it on there. Does it have a cape? How do I not remember if it has a cape or not? If it does, I think I hooked it on. No. I'm confused now. I don't know why I don't. The teeth are perfect. Seems like, yeah, it is. It's just like that Alcala design. Like it is, like when you look at it and then you just think about like those drawings, how it like kind of had that scratchy etching kind of draw. It's perfect. I don't know why I couldn't think of the cape for him. I don't know. I don't know why I can't. Or are you talking about the New Eternia one with yeah, because this isn't New Eternia. This is Vintage Collection. So yeah, the New Eternia is the one that has the battle head or the bearded one, right? That's the one we're talking about. Okay. I was trying to think about it because I was like, well, no, it's not the New Eternia ones that we're looking at. We're looking at the Vintage Collection. But you see how it kind of it's not a perfect fit in there, but it kind of adds to it. I think that makes it look a little bit more like that comic edition, you know? Like, I don't know, something about it. It definitely is a good one, but apparently this one's 150 bucks online now, so it's crazy. And the one thing they did with this one as well, like they did a little bit of a purple spray over. Like they kind of did that. You can kind of see how there's a little bit of a purple. They didn't just do like the straight standard color. They actually kind of painted some of the spots like the muscles and the creases in the back there. Even right here, they've got a little bit of that paint. Top of the feet, you could see they've got some of that, so it's darker in spots. It's kind of random, but I don't know, it's still cool. Definitely is nothing to, you know, I'm not mad about it. Same thing with this one with the 40th. You've got, or the, sorry, vintage, not 40th. You've got a little bit more of a darker spots on the abs and the chest and things like that. And this one has that huge chest, man. That chest is gigantic. But I really do like this head sculpt. Like this head sculpt is probably one of my favorites for the Skeletor because it's giving you that vintage look. Like it is made to give you the vintage look. Now, if you're going for the best overall, I say it's going to be the Club Grayskull Skeletor, which has that perfect hood, the perfect, I mean, it's the best one hands down. I mean, even when you look at the Mondo, I still say that Club Grayskull is going to have a better head sculpt. It just, the look of it is good. And I have a couple 3D prints that are a really good look. And they're, what the cool part is it's actually the hood, and then the face actually has a little peg in it, and you put the peg in there, and then the bottom has articulated jaw. And it's I think Lovely Evil Horde made that one as well. I don't know 100%, don't quote me on that, but I think like Lovely Evil Horde's been killing it, man. He's been really just knocking it out of the park with the prints and the designs and everything. And just to go back to the what I'm printing now, like this piece here, I mean, being able to, you can kind of see there's one spot that I wasn't going to do anything to connect it because it's clear, so it really wouldn't do anything. It would make it look worse and a lot more messy. But you can see here that my I had to print each separate piece, but I printed them on the same printer. I put them side by side each other, and I printed them in that clear resin, and then I just glued it right here. And then this gold piece is on top, and it fits in there perfectly, and that fits in the base perfectly. Like it all fits in like a nice puzzle piece. Like I said, there were a couple of things that I had to make adjustments to, but I mean, all in all, there's not much of a difference. I just needed to Dremel out. And you know, when you do a lot of 3D printing, you notice that where some things print and they're a perfect fit and you're like, wow, that snapped right in and it was amazing. And some things you're just like, holy crap, there's a lot of extra work to do. But with this one, with the sheer size of it, I think it was 32 pieces, if not more, because some of them I had to do in a splice, like I had to do half and half and connect them. But they're not, like I said, as far as the and I can kind of show you another one. This is, you could tell it's not perfect. I will never claim to be have anything perfect, but so right across the middle here is where I connected it. But with this one, I did do some putty work in between. So I molded across the line there, and then I sanded it down over and over and over, and it's still not perfect. You could even see this little line right there in the middle. It's not exactly perfect, but for me, that's okay. I don't mind it not being perfect. It's gonna, I mean, the whole piece is gonna be so extravagantly huge, and it's gonna be just, I don't know, it's gonna be extra awesome though. I think it's probably gonna be one of the coolest things I've made. So here was the jewel piece that I think I showed this last week, but this is that jewel piece that goes right in the front, and it's, like I said, it is just a really freaking awesome. And there's that last piece there. So this is my little castle. So that's the bottom. So there's going to be another piece that comes around here. Then we've got our two big wings that I just showed you go right next to on each side of that jewel, and it goes all the way up. And so right there on that top piece where the jewel is, there's going to be two little miniature wings. So once I get that all completed, like I said, the one thing I was waiting on this morning was, or last night, was the light for Light Hope, and it came out way better than expected. Like, I thought it was going to look good, but it looks so much better even than what I could have hoped for. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, that's just, it's just amazing. And then you can have this piece here where it's the base, where if I show, I don't think I'll display it backwards like that, but you could always have like Shira standing there talking to Light Hope, on that blue rock, like they do in the cartoon. But obviously, most likely what I'll do is I'll probably find, I'm gonna have to just put like a little table, maybe right next to my Mondo here, and move the light over a little bit and have it sitting in front of the closet right here next to me. And I'll just have like a little, maybe even one of the little TV trays that I have that are just small, because the width and the length are not that big. It's the height. It's 3 feet tall. So all of that will fit on that little table. So once I get it connected, it's going to be very heavy, and it's going to be, that's the one thing I need to make sure and do, is not only get the glue that's going to be strong enough, I'm going to have to distribute the glue correctly. And then, excuse me, I'm going to have to do maybe some resin on top of it. Maybe I'll do some clear resin, cover it up, and then hit it with the UV light so it'll kind of seal over that in spots that you can't see. So maybe I can get a little bit more extra strength to it. And then maybe even some putty in between. So if I could figure out some joints that might look like they're a little bit on the weaker spot, if I can maybe go on the back side where some part is hidden, and I can put some putty in there and have it dry up, make it nice and solid. That might be the next step on that one, but who knows? I mean, it's going to be fun though. I can say that is going to be an absolute. I think once, I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and cut this, not cut it, because we're almost hitting 2 hours, and I appreciate all of you guys for hanging out with me for this long, man. We still got 22 in the chat. If you haven't hit that like button, please do, and if you haven't subbed and you enjoyed yourself, I ask that maybe you could give me a little subscription there and keep this thing rolling. You know what? We've been consistently moving in the right direction. I actually, let me look over at my studios here. We are at 1,210 subs, and I am over 5,000 watch hours, so I'm happy there. So I'm, according to the algorithm and according to YouTube's little standards, I am just hitting the beginning of everything. So I'm at the very bottom rung of that ladder, but I'm on the ladder, so that's okay. I'll take it. Um, a few blue balls may help it roll. Well, I got the blue light and get the blue balls, and it'll work out good, man. It'll work out good. But I think that's what I'm gonna doing tonight, since of course, like I said, I don't have my son till, actually, I think my ex might be off tomorrow because some of the people in the office are sick. So I don't even think I'll have my son at all tomorrow. So I may end up working on it late tonight, into the midnight hour, or later and later and later. So, but anyway, guys, thank you so much. I didn't get to, let's see, I did have one super chat in there, but I was gonna say, what was there, another one I had in there? No, I just had the normal stuff. But I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me. It's been a fun 2 hours. I mean, when I started up, I really don't know what to expect, but everybody was so engaged and so just involved, and you guys are just phenomenal for hanging out. And I really hope you enjoy yourself. Like I said, this is definitely not your typical live stream. I'm not one that's going to give you any sort of well, I don't have a script. I mean, I know a lot of people don't, but I mean, I don't really have too much of a plan. I kind of go with the flow. And I hope you guys enjoy that, because that's kind of like, some people are like that. I mean, some of us are different in that, where we just kind of go with kind of what's in front of us. And for me, the chat being as active as it always is, that just makes for just an enjoyable time, because it's just me hanging out with my friends chatting. So regardless of what it's about. So I did get to open my Spiro. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, head on over to Spiro Toys and get you some of those AWOC figures. They are freaking phenomenal. They fit really well. And like Brick says here, they mix and match sci fantasy with Masterverse, Mythics, Cosmic, Legions, AWOC for Zeta Girls. All fun, all positive energy. And I love that about Brick. I love that about most of my friends here. We all carry this really positive energy, and that's what I'm about, man. You guys are just, I eat that. Is that how it is? I feed into that a lot. So, I mean, I love the positive vibes. I love the positive energy, and you guys always bring it, and it just makes for fun all the way around. So on that note, I will thank you all for joining. You guys are awesome. Obi Juan Chingones. Man, that's the coolest name ever. Honestly, I love that name. Fucking beautiful. and the picture too. Holy cow, that is like the coolest. But anyway, guys, yes, I was saying I got distracted, man. That name is just too cool. Obi Juan Chingones. My And I joked, I think I may have said this. I said something in Spanish at work one day when I was at the prison, and one of the Hispanic guys working there goes, "Don't ever say that again." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Oh, because I'm Italian and not Hispanic." I said, "Dude, I grew up in Walsenburg, Colorado. It was 80% Hispanic. All my best friends are Hispanic, and my son's half Mexican. What are you talking about?" He goes, "Still, you're too white to say that." I said, "Okay, I won't say it around him." So anyway, on that note, guys, thank you so much for joining. I will always say this. I will see you at the same time next week. But in the meantime, please, guys, stay out of the streets. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good night.
There we are. Oh, I'm so glad you all stopped by. I hope you had fun today. Yes. Don't forget, sometime during the day, go over to Mother, put your arm around her, hug her, and give her a big kiss and say, "I love you, Mother." And when Daddy comes home from work, do the same thing. And don't forget to pick up your toys when you're through playing with them. Oh, did you kids have a lot of fun today? Oh, I'm glad you did. We're going to have to say bye-bye now. We'll see you about the same time. In the meantime, please stay out of the streets. Bye-bye.